Hi, boys and girls. I'm here today with the letter T, Mr. T. Mr. T with his tall teeth, capital T and lowercase t. And the sound T makes is T, like in tiny tots. T says T. Every letter makes a sound, and T says T. I bet you're thinking, I wonder why Miss Erin has that red box on the circle today. Well, this isn't just any old box. This is a toy chest. And I'm sure a lot of you have a toy box or a toy chest at home. And inside my toy chest today, I have lots of things, lots of items that start with a T. So we're going to play a little guessing game. I'm going to see if you can guess some of the things that I have in my toy box. You can also call this a treasure chest. A treasure chest is something the pirates are always searching for. So to begin, I'm going to pull out two things that start with the letter T. Toothpaste and a toothbrush. Those are two of Mr. T's favorite things to take very good care of his teeth. Like we learned back in February about brushing our teeth and how important that is. Toothbrush and toothpaste start with the letter T. Now I'm going to give you a hint and see if you can guess the word I'm thinking of. It starts with the T. Miss Erin, that's me. Miss Erin is it's a word that starts with the T. Miss Erin is your teacher. Teacher starts with the T. Now, during cleanup time, not so much in your class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but we have a special cleanup spy that looks through something to see who's the best cleaner-upper in Tiny Tots. It also could be used to look into the sky at night for some stars, or maybe look to see if you could find maybe the moon, if it's out or not, if it's a full moon or a crescent moon. We use our telescope. And telescope starts with the letter T. Now there are two important things in here that start with T that we might be using now that we're home from school, maybe with a little cold or a sneeze. This is our tissue box. And inside the tissue box is a tissue that starts with the letter T. Tissue box and tissues. For you girls out there, or maybe even you boys who like to play with your kitchens at home, I'm thinking of something, two items that you need to make a cup of tea and have a little snack. You need help with this, of course, boiling water on the stove. If you said teapot and a teacup, start with the letter T. Capital T, lowercase t. The next treasure I have in here is something that you would use when you get out of the bathtub or a shower to dry off. Make sure you have this close by. What do you think I'm going to pull out of the toy box treasure chest? A towel. Towel starts with the letter T. Now, boys and girls, we have one of these in Tiny Tots that we have a lot of fun with. It's something that people use to fix things or build things. Your parents probably have some, maybe in the garage or in the basement. What do you think I'm going to pull out of my treasure chest next that starts with the t sound? You use these to fix things or to build things. If you said tools, you're correct. Tools start with the letter T. Okay, I'm going to hang up some decorations now at Tiny Tots, and if I put them on the wall so they'll hold, I'm going to need to use some, starts with the T, tape. If you said tape, you're correct. Tape starts with the letter T. The next item I'm going to pull out is if your car breaks down, you might want to call the garage to send over a special vehicle that comes to bring your car over to the garage if it's broken. It's a special kind of vehicle. It's a tow truck. A tow truck, and this is Mater. I know a lot of you like that movie that Mater stars in. I have another vehicle in here that the farmer uses. And the farmer uses this to plow the fields. And we went on one of these in October. We went up to the apple orchard and pulled our wagon through the apple orchard. The vehicle I'm thinking of is a tractor. A tractor starts with the letter T. Two important vehicles. I'm thinking of a vegetable that starts with T. It's red. You could put it in your salad, or you might have it on pizza. It makes the sauce. You need this vegetable to make pizza sauce. It's red, and it starts with the T sound. If you said tomato, you're correct. Tomato starts with the letter T. Your dad might wear this to work, or maybe when you go to a special occasion, the gentleman will be dressed up. They'll be wearing something. It's a tie. A tie. Gentlemen, when they get dressed up sometimes for a fancy occasion, or if they're on their way to a business meeting, they put on their tie for the letter T. Well, some of you I know have these at home. If you're playing t-ball, starts with the T, or soccer, or if you're on a bitty basketball league, at the end of the season, I know the coach rewards the best team with one of these, and even some of the really good players receive a trophy. Trophy starts with the letter T. I have just a couple more things in here, boys and girls. This is something that's really cozy to take to bed at night. It's a stuffed animal. I think every boy and girl has one somewhere at home in their house. If you want to maybe think of letter T and see if you can find one to take to bed tonight, that would be a great idea. It's a teddy bear. And teddy bear starts with the T. Now I'm going to take out something that you might want to take a ride on. It's a lot of fun. You have to have a track. And the conductor might say, all aboard. I'm thinking of a train. This is our Crayola train from Tiny Tots. So if you said train, you are correct, because train starts with the T. I have two things left. A shape, boys and girls, that we talked about. We did the waltz to this shape. It has 3 sides and 3 points. This shape is called a triangle. If you said triangle, you are correct. Triangle starts with the T. And we have 2 numbers left that start with the T. We have number 2 and the number 10. And both of those numbers start with the letter T. Boys and girls, I always read a story when we introduce a new letter, and this is our letter T book from our Sesame Street series, which is one of Miss Erin's favorites, oldie but goodie. And the story is about Elmo. Elmo's ticklish tea. Tickle a twiddlebug, tickle a teddy bear. Elmo's got a feather there. That's what he's doing his tickling with. Tickle starts with T. Tickle a tiger, but you better take care. Elmo's not getting too close to that tiger. He's pretty smart. Tickle a trumpet player. Tickle someone tapping. That's tap dancing. Tap dancing and trumpet playing. Two fun things to do. Tickle someone's tummy while that somebody is napping. That might not be a good idea. Tickling a turtle doesn't work so well. If you're thinking, probably because a turtle's shell is hard, you're thinking. Tickle a teacher during show and tell. Tickle Telly Monster on his big toe. Now it's your turn to tickle Elmo. And I know some of you may even have that little Elmo that does the tickles, Tickle Elmo. He's a very famous character that we always think about when we think about Tickle Me Elmo. Boys and girls, I'm going to turn it over now to Mr. T. I'm going to leave the tea items on the floor, and I'm going to let him sing to you about his tall teeth.
So tall, it takes my toothbrush 222 turns to take the trip from the top of the tip to the tip of the top of each tooth. And that's the tall truth. And talk about toothpaste. From Tuesday to Tuesday, I'll use 2,222 tubes of tasty toothpaste for each tremendous tooth. And that's the tall truth, too. Tall, my teeth are so tall, terrifically tall, the tallest of all, the tallest you'll see. I'm called Mr. T, tall teeth Mr. T. Tall teeth, Mr. T. Tall teeth.
So boys and girls, Mr. T is easy to write. You just make a straight line down and a line across the top, and the lowercase t is a straight line down with a line through the middle, Mr. T. Before I end this lesson, I'd like just to give you a couple ideas of some things you can do at home to practice Mr. T. This is a little mouth with lots of different teeth inside. I just wanted to show you how Miss Erin made these. I have some teeth here. Maybe you need a little bit of help making these with someone at home. You can make lowercase t's and capital T's, or maybe mom or dad or someone can help you with those at home. And then you can cut them out. And we're only going to put letters that start with T inside the grin. This is a little mouth with some teeth, though. We wouldn't put this letter in because we just talked about him the other day, Mr. R, so he wouldn't belong in there. Mr. H does not belong in there. So this is the game you might want to play with home. See if you could find capital and lowercase t's. And you can draw them on a piece of paper and get out your scissors and maybe practice cutting a little bit, which is a very tricky activity, but with practice, it gets easier and easier. I don't know if if you notice my towers over there, boys and girls, next to my treasure toy box here. But another fun activity for Mr. T is to make towers with 10 blocks. Let's see if we can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So get out your blocks. Even if you don't have ones that connect like that, you can just stack them up and you can have 10 tall towers. That's an activity that'll keep you busy, counting up to 10 for number practice and practice for the letter T. Another idea is you can get some of your toys, go around your house and see if you can get some like Miss Erin has. I'm sure a lot of you have teapots or a train or a tow truck or a tractor, of course a teddy bear and tools, and you can make a tent. Get some cardboard maybe, or maybe even a blanket. You can get a blanket and maybe toss it over a table that you might have, a play table, or think of some kind of way you can make a tent and just put all your things that start with the letter T inside your tent. And please remember, think about the letter T when you think about tiny tots. Have a great day.